Hello students, welcome to my channel Science Shiksha by Meenakshi Sharma. If you are watching my video first time, then please click on subscribe button and don't forget to press the bell icon for more notifications. So let us start with our new topic, that is human digestive system. The human digestive system consists of the alimentary canal and its associated glands. The human alimentary canal runs from mouth to anus and is about 9-meter long tube. It consists of different organs that are present in a sequence starting from mouth, then esophagus, which is also known as food pipe, next stomach, then small intestine and large intestine. The glands which are associated with the human digestive system and forms a part of the human digestive system are salivary glands, liver and pancreas. So ducts of these glands open into the alimentary canal and pour the secretions of digestive juices into the alimentary canal. Here is the diagram of human digestive system. You can see here that human digestive system starts from the mouth, then esophagus, which is known as the food pipe. Next is the stomach, then small intestine and large intestine, which ends at the anus. Different glands are also shown in the diagram. Near the mouth or inside the mouth are the salivary glands. Near the stomach is the liver, which is the largest gland of the body. And near the stomach also another leaf-shaped gland that is known as the pancreas. All of these glands helps in the digestion of food by secreting the various digestive juices. Now, starting with the steps that are involved in the human digestion, the first step is the ingestion of food. So, human beings have a special organ for the ingestion of food and it is called as mouth. Food is ingested through the mouth, then the digestion begins. And the digestion begins in the mouth itself with the help of teeth, tongue and the salivary glands. The digestion starts. In the mouth, teeth helps in chewing or grinding of the food or converting it into the smaller particles. This is called as the physical digestion of the food. Now, the tongue helps in the rolling of the food and then mixing it with the saliva. Now, the salivary glands secretes the saliva that helps in the chemical digestion of the food by secreting the enzymes. The human saliva contains the enzyme salivary amylase, which is also known as ptyalin, which digests the starch present in the food into sugar. Thus, the digestion of the carbohydrate begins in the mouth itself, and since the food remains in the mouth only for a short time, so the digestion of food remains incomplete in the mouth. Now in the next step, the slightly digested food in the mouth is swallowed by the tongue and it goes down the food pipe known as esophagus. Now in the esophagus, there are peristaltic movements. Peristaltic movement means the contraction and expansion of the muscles of the esophagus. So by these peristaltic movements, the food from the esophagus is pushed into the stomach. The stomach is J-shaped organ present on the left side of the abdomen, and the food is further digested in the stomach. So in the stomach, there are some glands present in the walls which secrete the gastric juice. So these gastric glands secrete the gastric juice which contains the enzyme pepsin, which is present in the inactive form known as propepsin. Another secretion is the HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, and third secretion is the mucus. Now there are functions of all of these products of the gastric juice. So first of all, we will discuss the function of pepsin. Here, the pepsin enzyme is present in inactive form, and due to the presence of acidic medium, it gets activated, and this enzyme begins the digestion of proteins present in the food to form the smaller molecules. So it means that the protein digestion begins in the stomach. So one important point that you must remember, that pepsin is active only in the presence of an acid. So it means the function of hydrochloric acid in the stomach is to make the medium of gastric juice acidic so that enzyme pepsin can digest the proteins properly. And next, another function of the HCl is that it kills any bacteria which may enter the stomach with food. Now the third, that is mucus, helps to protect the stomach wall from its own secretions of hydrochloric acid. So if mucus is not secreted, then what will happen? This acid will cause the erosion of the inner lining of the stomach, leading to the formation of ulcers in the stomach. So now partially digested food then goes from the stomach to the small intestine. In the small intestine, there is the complete digestion of the food like carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Small intestine receives the secretions of two glands, liver and pancreas. Liver secretes bile, or you can say the bile juice. It is a greenish yellow liquid made in the liver, which is normally stored in the gallbladder. Bile is alkaline and contains salts which help to emulsify or break the fats present in the food. So it means that bile juice performs two functions. First function is it makes the acidic food coming from the stomach alkaline so that pancreatic enzymes act on it. And second, the bile salts break the fats present in the food into smaller globules, making it easy for the enzymes to act and digest them. So here this process of breakdown of large fat globules into smaller fat globules by the bile juice is known as emulsification. So you have to learn the definition of emulsification here. Now we will discuss secretions from the another gland, that is pancreas. The secretions are known as the pancreatic juice. It is the gland, that is pancreas, is present beneath the stomach. And this pancreatic juice contains the digestive enzymes like the pancreatic amylase, trypsin, and lipase. So enzyme amylase break down the starch, the enzyme trypsin digest the proteins, and the enzyme lipase break down the emulsified fats. So this is all about the digestion that takes place with the help of the secretions from the liver and the secretions from the pancreas. But now in the next slide we will discuss that small intestine also secretes some enzymes known as the intestinal enzymes, which will help in the complete digestion of the carbohydrate, fats and the proteins. Walls of the small intestine contain glands which secrete the intestinal juice. So it contains the intestinal enzymes which help in the digestion of complex carbohydrates into glucose, proteins into amino acids, and fats into fatty acid and glycerol. So all of these molecules are water soluble. In this way, the process of digestion converts the large and insoluble food molecules into smaller water soluble molecules. So this chemical digestion of the food is brought about by the catalysts that are known as the enzymes. Now the small intestine has a finger-like projections known as the villi. So in the above part we have discussed the digestion part. Now here it comes the absorption part. So in the absorption there are the finger-like projection known as the villi that helps in the absorption of the food into the blood. So these villi are present in the walls of the small intestine. So it has villi. What is the function of villi? You know that the function of villi is to absorb the food into the blood. But why these villi are found means finger-like projections in the inner walls of the small intestine. This is due to increase the surface area of the small intestine. So now the important part of the small intestine that we have already discussed, that the length of the small intestine differs in the various animals depending on the type of food they eat. So herbivorous animal like cow which eat grass need a longer small intestine to allow the cellulose present in grass to be digested completely. On the other hand, meat is a food which is easier to digest, so the carnivorous animals like tigers which eat meat have a shorter small intestine. So this is about the small intestine, and we have done that in the small intestine complete digestion of carbohydrate, fats and proteins takes place, and also the absorption of the digested food takes place in the small intestine through the villi into the blood. Now the last part is the assimilation of the food and the excretion of the undigested food material. So in the assimilation part, the blood carries the digested and dissolved food to all parts of the body where it becomes assimilated as a part of the cells. It means the assimilated food is used by the body cells for obtaining energy as well as growth and repair of the body. Or the digested food which is not used by our body immediately is stored in the liver in the form of carbohydrate called glycogen. And last part is the ingestion. Ingestion, what happens? A part of the food which we eat cannot be digested by our body. So undigested food cannot be absorbed in the small intestine. So what happens? It goes into the wider tube that is called as large intestine. The walls of large intestine absorb most of the water, that is excess of water, so that the food becomes almost solid. And the last part of large intestine called rectum stores this undigested food for some time. And when we go to the toilet, then this undigested food is passed out from our body through anus. The act of expelling the feces is called as a digestion or defecation. And here is also a sphincter present, that is known as anal sphincter, which control the exit of the feces. So this is all about the digestion in the human beings. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.